The budget was presented. The amount of money was relatable to construct a dam. A very good amount, by the way. Now, the problem came in where inflation just popped up. I don't understand where inflation comes from. If there is a present budget that can translate to the project, and it's funded without more cost than that amount, why do we add it? Because the amount was added, the amount that was disbursed to the Kenyan government would construct 3 dams of that kind. From a very good amount that could work according to the GDP, according to the relation of borrowing during that time. It translated to 3 times of that dam. In Kenya, we do have a history of greedy politicians. And if I'm delusional as I am, that money did get there. The dam was constructed. Inflation was never explained, but it was reported that money was all used to construct one dam. This inflation thing is up to date with the Talanta Stadium. The budget was 35 billion. It inflated by plus 10.
And can you see the
what is this 10?
So you can see 35 billion.
Yeah.
You can see the 35 billion in the books?
Yes.
You can see the amount by which it was increased by?
Inflated, yeah.
Where does it come from?
Now that's something that I've tried to think about it, and I don't know. Why is there inflation? Because this money is not carried from the lender by hand, by bags. We are dragging it.
No, I'm sorry. In the books,
okay,
from what you've then been able to see, this extra amount of money, there must be a tag to it, what you called a lot earlier. So
no, there is no tag.
There's no tag.
Yeah.
So this money just appears from nowhere in the books?
I don't know how it appears.
And it's applied to the cost.
Attached to that loan that's given to construct that project.
And the initial loan is?
35 billion.
But there's more that is...
There is an inflation. What inflates this amount? And there is interest. If you sit to calculate, we are paying for 3 extra in terms of interest.
You know, because when we talk about that 5 billion shillings, right? So that means there is an additional 10 that went into that. So then one asks the question, in that loan, do we see a new request?
No.
For additional money? Or did the money that came together was 45B?
The first amount that was supposed to be there was 35.
35B.
I don't know what happens in the treasury because they do hide a lot of things.
Okay.
Let me not just say that. So these additional costs, even if they are to be hiked on transference and all that, the money was to be allocated in lots. Even if it was allocated 1 billion each day, that transfer should not cost more than that. I saw that charade in Eurobond. There was a previous amount, they didn't disburse it at once. They were disbursing it in bits with some transaction cost. That was a lot of money, and the transaction cost there was not as ambiguous as this here. So inflation, if even we are trying to explain inflation in any way, that inflation amount that just pops up at any time should not be there.
Is the tag on it inflation? Because this is my question here. That, is there not something else that explains this amount of money? Because we're talking about 3 times the price. If it's 35 billion shillings and suddenly what you're seeing is 105 billion, there must be an
interest though,
There must be an explanation for 75 billion shillings in one place. It seems to me that it would be a bit reckless for somebody not to talk about where 75 extra billion shillings is coming from, and that the only tag is nothing, according to what you're saying.
They don't explain. And even if we try to explain, we don't get the access to explain that. That's why even the CBK baseline, they just give figures. I wish it was a live thing. This got in on this day, this is the lot number, this is the interest. I wish that could be better.
And then
they just give figures per fiscal year.
Yeah.
They just That's the figure.
And